Good morning, dear students. Before we start today's session, I would like to tell you what we had studied in our previous class, right? So, we study in our previous class about the revision of your second unit, and we had covered the topic of in your second unit, that is inheritance in C++. In previous class we discussed about the what is inheritance, how it work, and how many types of inheritance, right? So yesterday we had a study about this topic, and today we will going to study the revision of your first unit, and we'll going to cover the topic of your first unit, that is operating system, right? So today's lecture basically based on your revision lecture, and we today we will going to cover the operating system, right? So let's start our today's lecture. Operating system. An operating system is intermediary between user and computer hardware, right? It's provide user an environment in which a user can execute program conveniently and efficiently, right? You can also say that this is a technical term, and it is also a software which manage hardware. An operating system control the allocation of resources and services such as memory, processes, device, and so many kind of information. And you can also say that an operating system is a program that act as a interface between the user and the computer hardware and control the execution of all kind of program, right? So operating system is a very important, because with the help of operating system we can perform so many tasks, and without operating system we can't operate system, right? So computer basically with the help of computer we can access all kind of services, right? So here you can see the diagram of operating system, right? So here you can see the user, and last one you can see the hardware, and मिडिल वन इज़ द सॉफ्टवेयर. दैट मीन्स यूज़र एंड सॉफ्टवेयर के बीच में एक इंटरफेस प्रोवाइड करता है कौन? ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, राइट? एंड ऑल्सो हैविंग सो मेनी काइंड ऑफ वर्क, परफॉर्म सो मेनी काइंड ऑफ वर्क्स, provide so many kind of services. So here we discuss about the provide after that we discuss about the what is the services of operating system, right? So an operating system provides services to the both the user and as well as the program, right? So computer system is provide very important services. Here you can see first one is it provide programs and environment to execute, right? And next one is it provide user services to execute the program in a conveniently manner, right? So this is the basically four services which aspect to the user and program as well as. And here some the following few common services provided by the operating system. First one is program execution, next one is operate input output operation, file system manipulation, communication, error detection, and um resource allocation, and as well last one is the protection. So we discuss about the what is program execution. That means operating system handle many kind of activities from the user programmer to system programmer, like printer, spooler, name server, file server, etc. So each of these activity is encapsulated as a process, right? So a process include the complete execution content, like code execute, data manipulation, registered, resource allocation, operating system resource in use, and so many kind of activity perform, right? So following so also program execution manage the so many responsibility, like load program into the memory, and execute program, handle programs execution, provides mechanism for the process to synchronization, provide a mechanism for process communication, provide a mechanism for deadlock handling. So many kind of um, program execution having handle so many kind of management, right? Here program execution, and after that we discuss about the input output operation. That means input output subsystem compressed of input output devices and their corresponding driver software. Driver hides the particular having the particular software to specific hardware devices from the user, as the device driver known as the particular specific drive. So operating system manage the communication between user and device driver. And here the some following major activities which is performed by the operating input output operations, right? Input output operation means read or write operation with any files or specific input output devices. Program may be require some input output while running time, and operating system provide the access to require the input output devices when the input output device is required, right? To see here so many kind of work perform done by the operating system. After that we discuss about the file manipulation. A file manipulation, that means a file represent a collection of related information, right? In computer can store file on the disk, that means secondary storage device, for long term storage purpose. For example, you can say that the storage media are magnetic tape, magnetic disc, optical disc, DVD, CD, pen drive, hard disk. These are the storage area, storage devices, right? And each of these media has its own properties like speed, capacity, data transfer rate, and data success method. So many kind of property having these devices, right? So a file system is a normally organized into directories for easy navigation and uses. File system is basically to direct the, and also these directories may contain files and other directions. And file system manipulation perform the so many major activities, like program needs to read a file or write a file, and also the operating system gives the permission to the program for file for operation on file. Permission varies from read, write, and read only, and desired, and so on. So many kinds of provided by the file system manipulation. And also operating system provide an interface to the user to create, delete files, and also create or delete directories. And also operating system provide an interface to create and create to backup file also, right? So here so many kind of operations which is performed by the file system manipulation. After that we discuss about the communication. That means in case of a distributed system, which are a collection of a process that do not share memory, peripherals, devices, or clock clock, operating system manage the communication between the multiple process with one another through the communication line in the network. Or you can say that the operating system handle routing and connections strategy, and the problem of the connections and security. And also communication perform the some major activities with respect to the communication. Here I will tell you two process often require data to be transferred between them. And right, and third we discuss about the error detection. Error detection, that means error can occur anytime and hardware and anytime anywhere, and error may occur in the CPU, in the input output device, in or other memory hardware also. So here some important activity which is performed by the error handling system, right? So operating system concurrently remain aware of the possible errors, and also operating system takes the appropriate action to ensure correct and consistent computing, right? So this is how this with the help of these kind of activity performed by the error handling. After that we will discuss about the resource management. In case of multiple user or multitasking environment, resources such as main memory, CPU, cycle, file storage are to allocated to each user or job, right? So following are the activities which is performed by the resource management. For operating system manage all kind of resources using schedulers. With the help of scheduler, our operating system manage the all kind of resources. And also CPU scheduling algorithm are used for the better utilization of the CPU, right? So resource manager basically you manage the all kind of resources with the help of scheduler and scheduling algorithm. After that we discuss about the last service is protection. That means it consider a computer system having multiple user, the concurrent execution of multiple process, then the various process must be protected from each other activities, right? So protection refer to a mechanism or a way to control the access of program, process or user to resource defined by a computer system. And also here some major activities which is performed by the protection point of view. Operating system ensure that all access to system resource is controlled, and also operating system ensure that the external input output devices are protected from the individual access attempt. And also operating system authenticate features for each user by means a password. So operating system is perform one more is provide one more service that is very very important, and that service is protection, right? So after that we discuss about the some other important activity which is performed by the operating system. That means operating system also provide a security by means of password or similar other techniques to preventing unauthorized access to the program and data, and also provide control over system performance. That means recording delay between request for a service and response from the system. Job accounting, that means keeping track of time and resources used by the various jobs and user, and manage all kind of data, and also coordinate between other software and users. So coordination of and assignments of compile the interpreter, assembler and other software to the various user to the computer system. So basically operating system is perform so many kind of activities and so many kind of task to solve the user problem, right? So thank you for listening this lecture.